Hello, hi everyone. We'll be starting the Copilot Safari session with Sujit sir, and he'll be guiding you about all the Copilot, Microsoft Copilot tool, and how it helps the technological industry in reshaping the future. How we can help technology and software engineers to become more better, and how we can use AI in the day-to-day work so that we can be stronger and stronger. So let me introduce first. We have Sujit sir with us. He is the director consulting expert at CGI, and he has also worked with HCL Axons as a senior consultant and worked for several other consultancy firms. He'll be guiding us with all the Copilot tools, and let me give a quick thing. What is Copilot? Like Copilot Safari, we have a series where we helping students, guiding them about the AI tool. uh, I'll not be taking much of the time, and I'll ask sir to just start, and whatever he has prepared to deliver to you. Over to you, sir.
Hey, thank you, Shivam. Thank you, Lakshit, to give me opportunity to talk to this young group. Um, I will share my screen. Hope you guys are able to see my screen. So, Lakshit, if you have any messages to me, anything, if I want to take to some specific areas, directions, let me know. Maybe you can send me in the WhatsApp also if it is not possible to send it through this private chat. Uh, I believe my screen is visible now. Shivam, if it's visible, can you give me a thumbs up in private chat? Hey, you're able to see my screen? Oh, okay. Thank you. Right. AI. AI. It's like now film dialogue. I don't like AI. A lot of people don't like AI. I don't know what's the reason, but if AI come in industry, they were talking about, oh, we are going to lose our job. Some people are looking at, okay, this is affecting our day-to-day activities. So for me, it's totally different. We are losing respect also because of AI. See, in my home and all now, um, i- i- uh, for you guys, it might be, I don't know how relevant for you nowadays. We actually from IT department and all, we working from home. Uh, Not every day, but some days. Earlier in pandemic time, we used to work most of the days from home. Uh, Usually, you know that if you are going to office daily, morning and coming evening, late night, and you do some calls and all, they think you are doing something different in the office. Actually, it's like black box for them, especially for kids. Sometimes if your wife is not in IT, for them also it's like totally a black box. They're thinking like, okay, this guy is doing something great on the office and coming back, so I should have some respect to him. Even the same scenario for 20 years back, IT members and all, they are actually get a lot of respect. The thinking this area is really, probably now you guys are studying now and going to join in IT or some other industry, but it's like for you might thinking, okay, we are doing so great job. It doesn't mean that we are not doing great job, but now we are exposed too much. When we go to when we are working from home, okay, in light note, my kid is asking, he's seeing what I'm doing, right? I'm just looking at the laptop and doing something, some email, some talking to somebody. Maybe probably we are talking very important thing, but for him it's just like, what are the activities I'm doing? Simply sitting in one place, doing some activities, some sending some email. Then he's thinking, for this thing you are getting paid. Are you getting salary for that, doing this kind of activity? So for him, it's very simple. I'm doing less work than him. What he's doing, he's thinking, okay, I am studying in third standard, fourth standard. My study is too much tough than what you're doing. So that is the thought process. And uh, because of this AA and all, if I am asking you, um, hey, why don't you study this? Why don't you study that? I'm hearing from other parents, what they're telling is, why do they need to really study? Even you guys might think now, uh, things are changing. If I want any information, I can get it through some kind of AI tools. Nowadays it's Chat GPT. Earlier it was Google, right? Now Chat GPT, if you ask anything, most of the scenarios you are going to get great answer than anybody else. So why really I need to learn, especially the programs, even in the max or any programming subjects and all, those areas AI give great answer. If you ask, okay, I want to sort it, if I want to do find out minimum, maximum, do a calculator program and all those things, is so easy in AI. If you ask any such kind of question, you will get better answer from anybody else. So that way, even we cannot instruct our kids or the new generation, or go and study this. They're saying, why do I need to study? I'm getting everything through this AI technology. So why it is really matter for me? So in reality, we are losing respect. Okay. So that is lighter note, but what's happening in the market, you see that this, we are totally in confused state. Where do I go really to get into the right position in my career or in my position? What I need to learn really, right? So this is something very very tough question to answer, but this kind of disruption is always happen in any industry continuously. If you're following it up, you can see that this is very common in any industry, which is coming at, and always it's part of the journey. It's not same as like 10 years before. Now it will not be same as like after 10 years also. Things are changing. The changes, that's one thing, it will not change, right? So it's part of our life. So i- when this kind of disruption, and what is the real root cause of, I mean, real reality of this? Actually, everything, if you look at, it's all are connected to business. Okay, so we are working, you are going to get a job, all are connected to the business. If you wanted to run a business, you need a supporting system, which is less costlier than earlier. Yesterday it was costing X amount. Today I want to reduce it little bit more, less amount. Like ideally, all business thought process, everywhere it start like, I want latest and greatest thing. On top of that, I want it very cheapest option. Uh, it's not the cheapest that I don't want to maybe sometimes and adjust on the quality. Still, I want greatest thing. So in that case, if you look at that, is a, in my point of view, that's a major leading things for almost all changes is happening. Even whether it's got a cloud, it's an AI, everything is basically connected to that. So if 15 years back or 20 years back, if you look at when you wanted to run a business, it's like, if you go to one location, you might see uh, one shop or one company which is producing something or say selling something. Now similar situation, if today if you go in one location, you'll see at least 2 3 shops. On top of that, we have online shops functionalities also, right? So it's like too much competition. So that time when there is an only one organization, you want some setup, some list of softwares to support your day-to-day work. Now when competition comes, again you wanted to do it better than your competitor, you want more softwares, more stuff. How do you reduce it? So automatically you will be thinking about, I need a customer relationship software, I need some changes very quickly adapted than the other person. That kind of things are coming in. Then I want to reduce my cost too. So how do I able to do same work, with earlier I had 5 members, now I want to do with 3 members, so that my cost will be reduced. So likewise, if you take any software in market, almost everything is basically based on the requirement on the business. So now AI became a requirement of the market. So um, it's a requirement, and now on top of that we have great infrastructure facilities are there. Internet is so cheap nowadays, and so much data because of this online mechanism. All this attributed to have a lot of information, and obviously assume that you are having too many information, you will be able to take decision uh, from your old patterns, or maybe because of that pattern you're thinking about what could be the possibility of uh, my decision making for future also. That also contributed to that. So basically it's about data, connectivity and information. All those things is basically drive the AI. On top of the gen AI comes, we are able to even decide what actually going to happen with the with our thought process, with our knowledge what we have. This is nothing like, if you have an experience, look, what is the difference between you and a 10 years experience member who is worked on specific area? The difference is he has a lot of data, a lot of informations. Using that, he is able to take a decision very quickly. So that's where Gen AI version now, even now, more than my experience person, now we are collecting experience across the world, and we are making a system that is called AI. So that AI could able to sometimes tell better than me also. The reason is it has more data than me, and more experience than me, and more quick power than me. So that all attributed to give us a nice, uh, nice drive for the this AI world. So now obviously, when there is some possibility to generate revenue from the business, so the supporting companies, like if I am daily in, if you look at in market, a lot of new businesses coming, new companies are coming. So that's a source of for other companies who is delivering software to them. So if I am running starting a business, I will be looking at, okay, who can help me to run my business? So there are a lot of other companies, small companies, big companies, and all those players are there. So ultimately we will be looking at, I want some kind of software which will help me to run my business very nice, very latest and greatest way. And I want to help from uh, some software companies for doing that kind of activity. So obviously that's the source for the software companies, like bigger company like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, whatever company you take, all those companies who are serving softwares to run the business. So what happened is they identified, okay, there's an opportunity. Now earlier it was cloud, now there's an opportunity for this AI area. So they start investing on it. So even though one group of members did some softwares, if they see a possibility, they're actually exposing that possibility and start investing on that possibility, because they know that this is their business, they will get more money. Such way, OpenAI team that who has created this chat GPT and that trained that model. So when Microsoft kind of companies saw that, okay, there is a possibility, I can utilize their framework, I can utilize their model, and it can be adapt to a specific need for my customer. Why don't I invest on money? So that's what they did. They invested money to that, and they took flavor of it, maybe framework of it, and they did something little different than what the current OpenAI or ChatGPT is doing. ChatGPT is giving a data information if you guys are using it, I know that you must be using it. So it's giving data across, and it's taking data across the world, not like limiting to some domain, or not some domain, in the sense we it's, you have a model and you are inputting that model as per your wish. But when it take to Microsoft, what Microsoft did, I have this model with me now, from where this model has to understand or learn the patterns that I can define. So Microsoft has that capability now to define, this is my area of work. I will take this much only. That means they created a, I can call it as a Copilot now. They created a Copilot, and what they're doing is, in that Copilot, they said that I wanted to use this model. Model is such a way that OpenAI team created it. It can learn things very quickly. So I am saying that look at the area which I'm giving, learn from there, and give me a serving capability from that areas. So what Microsoft did was, they did like this multiple Copilot. So if you look at their Copilot, they created Copilot for different product by defining the area of learning. So it's an AI assistant. Copilot is an AI assistant actually powered by OpenAI technology. And it, when we have when we say Copilot, I am going with one assumption. All you guys are using ChatGPT, and you know how to talk to ChatGPT and what's advantage of this natural language, all those concepts. So basically, that is so easy to handle. With that information, so Microsoft come up with this Copilot concept, and they thought, okay, I will make this Copilot for all my products. So what they did was, they introducing almost, some of them are still not fully functional, but they introduced this Copilot for almost all of their product. So um, now, how is it going to help? What is their offerings? So Microsoft saying that, okay, I can give you a security Copilot. So um, let's not start with security Copilot. I'd say I can give you a Windows Copilot. So you might be using Windows system. So if I am asking you, change your time zone or change the theme, so the person who continuously working on Windows, they know that, okay, this is the place where I need to go and find out to change it, right? So ultimately, I need to learn, right? I need to learn where do I need to change it. So instead, what this Windows Copilot is saying, it is just like an assistant to me. If I say to it, okay, go and change it in natural language, as in, how I am talking to my friend or somebody else. Similarly, I'm talking to Windows Copilot, say, go and change my color, change my Windows color theme. So it is actually go and do the changes. So it's that easy. Similarly, M365 Copilot, it's nothing like if you are using Office, like Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, you're sending emails, all those things. So if you want help to write an email, to summarize the content, or if you wanted to add some specific capability to create PowerPoint, I have a lot of data for this project. Maybe my entire textbooks is actually in PDF format. From that uh, three, I mean 3 or 4 chapter, I want to create a presentation. Take that 4 chapter, put it into the Copilot, tell it to create a presentation. It will quickly do it. It's that easy, right? Similarly, now uh, some sending an email. Okay, I don't know how much you guys are using for the email concept and all. See, in corporate world, basically, when you go to corporate world, some way your manager is somewhat your uh, decision maker for almost everything. Okay, for your leave, your appraisal, your anything, manager is thing. So always you need to make sure that your manager is happy with you, right? So earlier and all, obviously everywhere we will have that conflicts, right? For politics conflicts, everything will be there. So we will show those things through emails, right? So I'm sending, somebody send me an email, I don't like it, I want to answer to him something like, okay, immediately. Nowadays, so by thinking that tagline, you need to make sure that you are so sweet to others. For that, what do you need to do? uh, Actually, time being, I'm utilizing chat gpt and this copilot and all. While I'm writing, I'll write through copilot and tell copilot, please correct this according to the, um, I mean, make it nice language, plus more presentable, and it give positive, um, I mean, positive, what is it? Entirely, he has to feel like that entire content is positive. Should not feel like that is its sentiment is negative, right? Even though I feel like that I'd want to say put a wrong sentiment as per my input by that time, by my mood and all. Probably I'm writing, if I send the same email to him or her, it will look like a negative sentimental email. But because of copilot's too helping me too much, and I'll send to copilot, say that, okay, convert this into nice and positive sentimental email. So it makes always nice emails, whatever emails now onward, I mean, now not now, nowadays, whatever is emails going out of my boxes are very polished language, so that I am safe on that area. So similarly, there are a lot of use cases you can use your copilot for different nice and good functionalities. This is just a lighter note, but there are a lot of other really nice business functionalities you can achieve through copilot. Okay. um, Now, similar, this is M365 Copilot. Uh, then Bing Copilot, probably you guys already might be using, just like Google. You can, if you are using Bing search, it's by default that Bing Copilot is part of it. You can actually start utilizing it, almost all kind of supportable. What you are getting through ChatGPT, almost same thing you will get through Bing Copilot. It's free. Then GitHub Copilot. Not sure if anybody of really working maybe as part of your college project or a personal work, if you're using GitHub. GitHub also come up with Copilot. So I can tell an example. In my organization, 3 members joined, 3 grads actually. So they were not familiar with the functionality. I mean, they came with, they actually attached to me, and so I was supposed to guide them. Uh, in fact, I'm guiding. So what I told them, nowadays everybody is doing micro learning. Things are changing day by day very quickly. It's so difficult to learn everything uh, by thinking like that. Okay, I will take next 6 months to learn this technology, and I'll be okay, an average student or average employee on that. If you're thinking like that, it's actually not so easy nowadays. Because by the time 6 months, a lot of changes will come on that framework itself, or something else will come. There's a lot of possibility of changes. So we cannot take that kind of risk nowadays. Learning has to be very quick, and so because of that, better way to learn is micro learning. So I was trying whether a member who don't know anything about even the programming, how they can actually get into and or how they can do a productive work. So first day I told them, um, see, we were working in insurance industry. So I told, we want to make some, ultimately we want a bot. Okay, this is my aim. We want a bot which is going to talk about insurance industry. Okay, so this is ultimate aim. This is only one line I told. Then I told them how we can go it. First of all, you look at what is insurance industry is doing, and what all softwares are used by insurance industry, and in what all functionalities are there in the software. You take one software out of it, what all functionality is there, and in that one functionality, take one functionality or two functionality, I tell them, create an Azure functional microservices for this functionality, and give a language code. Okay, do like this research and use chat gpt for it. Okay, so what they did was, this is for insurance, we can do for anything. So they just check for what how insurance is working, ask chat gpt, and they picked one section, say that new business, a new policy, selling functionality in insurance field. So how it is working, so they asked that same question from the earlier topic. Then they got, okay, these are the functionality which is going to happen in insurance field, who is selling insurance and buying insurance, how that organization, insurance organization will do. All this information they got it. Then they identified in that software what all functionalities are. So if you're taking a new business, you might be looking at, provisioning new certificate and new policy, and you will be doing some validation on that policies. So it's called the underwriting and all. So like that, multiple functionalities there. Then what they did, they took 3 4 function out of it, and they asked chat gpt again, on this, if I am doing, ask the chat gpt, you are expert on it. This is called prompting to chat gpt, right? You are the expert on it. I want to have a function built for underwriting functionality, or creating provisioning air policy. I want to create a function, and dummy function which is written in .NET language. Probably they clearly mentioned that it is actually, I want an Azure function. So I heard you guys had some kind of Azure knowledge. So Azure function they want. What they got really nice code for it, and added that, so some sample data also. We don't want to directly connect to any database and all those things. So but got surprised that code what they sent it to me, they don't have even Visual Studio, okay, to do the coding. Without all these things, they started directly from chat gpt, and they got it, and they sent me that entire code of that Azure function. What I did, I want to do, I was, there is some mistakes on the code, only because there's some duplicate, they put some sample data. In the sample data, there's some duplicate, because of that it's not allowing to get correct data and all. But other ways, code was perfect. And I literally deployed that into Azure, and it started working. Okay, probably I would be able to show that. Let me see. Okay, so uh, uh, why did I come to this story? Okay, well, I want to tell one thing. So the learning is became so narrow down now. It's, we need to learn micro learning, so that whatever needed, learn for it. So GitHub Copilot is one of the item which is going to help you to do such kind of coding. Okay, so if you are really wanted to do some kind of action, this is what even I told earlier, kids and all, just if they wanted to write a program, they can simply ask it, GitHub Copilot. By the way, GitHub Copilot is $10 for students. Maybe there is some discount over there, but generally for organizations, they're charging $10 per month. Windows Copilot also has $30. M365 Copilot also $30. Likewise, we have Copilot for Azure. So okay, if you have worked on Azure, um, by the way, this all are just giving some kind of high level understanding about Copilot. I'm going to show something which is our real agenda is, you as a developer, if you are become a developer, and if you join a company of your college, so how do you make utilize the Copilot instead of what Microsoft is given to you? So that's where we are going. But before that, I just want to tell you guys, these are the Copilot which is available, plug and play. You can start utilizing tomorrow onwards. Not tomorrow, today onwards, now itself, if you plug it, right? So another product is Power Platform Copilot. This is another I don't know whether you have this background about Power Platform. See, quick background, because something, it's so important about talking about this too while we are talking about Copilot. The reason is, one point of time earlier, like when I started my journey to IT and all, um, as I mentioned, that IT developers has so much value. It's simply like, if you ask somebody to make a website, they will have too much demand, right? So I will take 6 months, 10 months. uh, in my case also, when my CEO used to come every 2 months, we used to say that we are doing now a table design, we are doing schema design, we will do styling, we are writing HTML, we are writing JavaScript. These all are very, that those days is very big thing, right? So that demand, one point of time, now if you ask somebody to make a website and all, even what the people will do in 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees and all, still that website like Amazon and all will definitely take more time. But I'm just telling, in generally, if a small business and all, if you want to make a website, it's very quick. But on top of that, now if you buy any website space also, you use GoDaddy and all, you will be getting website inbuilt with no code. You can actually say that my website is, I wanted the template like this, and you can start editing on it. So that's one area, no code, low code. Write less code or write no code itself to make a website kind of app, not website, any apps. So application, for a business to run, application required, software applications are required. So software workflows are required. So for that, to support that, a lot of generalized things are there. So an example, if you take any business, almost all business has something which is happening and doing by very repetitive. So what this kind of companies like Microsoft, Google, all those members, they did, what they thought was, why can't we make a framework easily which can directly utilize for building anything? Just simple example, like if from wherever your guest is sitting, you cannot touch your ceiling, but if you stand on top of a table or your chair, and probably you'll be able to touch it. That's why it's like it's a frame, or if earlier it's a framework, now we are getting a tools also. So tools like Power Platform, it's no code low code tool. Using that tool, you can do a lot of things without writing much code. You don't need to know C sharp, you don't need to know Java, you don't need to do JavaScript and all those. Without that also, you can do if whatever functionality if you wanted to build for a business, so that you can do quickly with um, that tool, no code. There are a lot of no code low code tools are available. So Microsoft version of no code low code tool is Power Platform. So this Power Platform tool itself is a very easy tool. If you guys thought about, I want to learn this, it won't even take, as I mentioned, so if you go for micro learning, it won't even take 1 month to learn and do multiple apps. Not even 1 week is enough, more than enough for you to make multiple apps. So if you're doing that thing, um, already no code low code is there. Now what Microsoft did was, on top of that, is like eyes on the cake, like they say that now you don't even learn that to use how to use this tool. Instead, you tell me what you want, I will make this for you. So by Power Platform Copilot, it's very nice tool, which is actually, you can tell the system and it will give you the apps which you wanted to build, like with security and Azure. So if you want to make a VM, if you want to make Azure function, if you want to spin anything, these all are Copilot which Microsoft is released. So now you have multiple copilots for one product. You have a copilot. Copilot means it's an assistant for you to support you to do the work very quickly. Now for your learning also, you have some copilot for you, like as your friend. You can start utilizing that copilot and start learning things very quickly. You want achieve, for example, as I told, right, if you want to make a PowerPoint presentation, no need to really spend a lot of time. Use that copilot to make your presentation very quickly. So that is the kind of things is happening. So all product nowadays, all product in market, they all thinking like that. I want to attach a copilot to with my product. Okay, so that whoever is using my product need an assistant. See, most of you might be using this online shoppings, right? Amazon or Flipkart or those kind of applications. Say, otherwise, some websites also. to understand what's happening, reviews, all those things, whatever interested areas. Okay, so all those things we will be looking at. Even Instagram, I mean, this whole application. One thing I want to ask, I don't know whether you guys feel that it's a similar way. When I am buying some product or when I'm browsing some website, um, mostly we have to spend a lot of time to understand what is actually I need to buy, or what is suitable, or what which is suitable for me. I'm thinking, I'm giving you money. Ideally, you are selling as an on-site online marketing application. You are selling to me. You are making me too much work to understand, and you make me too much honored also, right? If I buy one product after looking all those things, ultimately you're saying it's your ownership if the product is right, good or wrong for you. I mean, maybe it's a different thought. I was thinking, why can't they see similarly? So if you wanted to buy something, some mobile or anything, you will look at reviews, you'll ask your friends, almost everything. See, these all companies are selling to us, we are paying money to them. Why don't they tell me what is suitable for you, what's the right product for you? Right, instead of we do a lot of analysis, a lot of findings and everything. So they have a lot of information about me. In suppose, let's assume that they are giving a feature like, what is your budget, and so far what all I did in different in their website itself, another website, they have almost all these informations. And if they collected all these things, now they could even suggest me right product for me. Nowadays, that kind of suggestions we are getting through AI. If you know notice that if you search for something, automatically wherever you go, you see that same product. But it's kind of irritation. All right, it instead of irritation, it has to happen a little more genuine oriented way. Like, they can give us the right, which is actually helpful, instead of pushing me to buy. They can actually consider, say that, okay, I am going to initiated that buying process, then they should help me to write product which is exactly suitable to me, instead of I search too much things and review and everything. uh, Maybe after that, buying or not buying, it's still my decision. But what I'm trying to say, that this is happening in everywhere. We have to spend a lot of our effort to take a decision. So AI is going to help us in future. Today there's some news in a newspaper today, that we can connect AI to our brain too, so that we will have a lot of information in our brain, so that we will be same time, we will be like Einstein, as well as the same time we have other knowledge, all those things. Okay, these all are maybe possible, not possible, but it's happening. uh, I read some news today regarding this. So what I'm trying to say, now you can see a boom almost in all website. At least one bot will come. Now it's almost everywhere, it is there. Most of the most of the website, if you look at, if you open a simple appointment, doctor appointment, hospital website itself, you see some kind of some kind of AI assistant for you to do so. So what we are trying to say, that in case now you as a college student, okay, you wanted to make something for your website, or something for your organization, or you are doing some for somebody else, you want to make um, a bot to support them. What How do you do that? Using Microsoft Copilot. That is where we are going. So if you wanted to do that, maybe I'm taking a little bit more time. So what I will do, will let me go directly to the, some kind of demo, so that it is easy to align to what we are talking. So if you wanted to work in Copilot, okay, so you will get trial instance from Microsoft. You can create trial instance. It will be valid 30 days. Even you can extend also. As I mentioned, it's simply micro learning. Don't think that whatever I'm doing, going showing today, it's too tough stuff and all. It's very easy. Uh, just common sense and basic knowledge, practice, and the ready to change yourself. That's enough. You can actually do these things very quickly. If you search for Copilot Studio, this link, it will allow you to create a trial instance. Once you create a trial instance, it will take you to this website where it's called Copilot Studio. So here what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a custom Copilot specifically a need based on your requirement. Okay, so you are creating a bot which is going to help you your own need. So you can decide instead of chat if you ask ChatGPT, it's give answer for everything, but here you are defining the boundary. All right, so this is what I really wanted. My bot has to answer to me. So that is the level of boundary you are setting it up. So for that, if you come here, you will be able to create a new Copilot very quickly. So these all things I'm not going too detailed because uh, see, now information is everywhere. What I wanted to trigger to there. Okay, so now create a Copilot. I don't want to show in this here because it's take literally 5 or 10 minutes for you to understand that how to do it. So don't think like we are, I'm not giving a practical um, hands-on work to you guys. Instead, you understand the concept and the possibilities. Then okay, look at that. Okay, I want a Copilot to create, just search for it how to do this. 5-10 minutes you can able to do that in, because of, that is called micro learning. Then I want a Copilot to connect a what a website or a document, and Copilot read from the document and start answering to me. So how do I do that? So the possibility, I'm going to tell all the possibilities with what is available today in Copilot. You can start put that as a micro learning if you really need. For example, sometimes you need your Copilot has to talk to a document and understand, read the document and understand the document, learn from the document and start answering from. So in your college, there's a wiki, a lot of informations are available. There's some, you wanted to make a bot which is reading from that wiki document and answering for it, instead of somebody go into wiki document search for the information. So if you want to do that way, it'll be very quick. I will show some kind of how and where do you do. So this way, you can create Copilot, like just click new Copilot, give a name, and that's it. Your Copilot will be ready like this. So you can give a name, anything. And if you look at this Copilot, as I mentioned, like if you wanted to add you want a website, you need to learn from a website, a general website. So you can come to this generative AI area. If you give any website name here, maybe your college website name, or anything which is publicly available. Okay, you can add that website here. Up to 5 websites you can add. So this generative AI model itself will go and crawl to that website and understand the information. After that, you can start asking the question. So it will give the answer from that website, and even it will give the exact link where it has to go. Right? Then similarly, if you have files, if you have a lot of wiki documents and all the files, you can simply upload that document here, and it will start learning from that. So that is also available. On top of that, if you wanted to have created topics, like if specifically define, okay, this is how my Copilot or my bot has to answer, um, you can define a topics setup here. For example, if I make it, okay, obviously if you click on here, if I click topic itself, you can do something like from blank also you can create, from description also we can create. So Copilot to support Copilot, you are getting that kind of support here. Even you don't need to define yourself. What if I ask any question, what the answer, what should be the answer? Instead of that, for that also you can ask, you can get a help from a Copilot itself. So using this is like Copilot to support Copilot, right? Probably I'm not doing that much easy things for you. So it like from blank. So for example, now see, it's came like that. It's asking me what should be the trigger. So I am talking about um, okay, what's as my session. I myself make myself happy. So if somebody asking about session, you can put a lot of things here. Okay, anything, any content you can add, and you can say that I want to send a message back. It's great. Even though it's not, or it doesn't matter, but I am saying that okay, chat, you send it like that. So simple topic setup. Okay, you can have multiple. So what happened is, if I gave this question, anything coming with the session or similar, that kind of natural language topic related, then it is picking that block, this specific block which is related to this topic. For example, now let's just ask me, how is the session. Even though I mentioned session, I hope, yeah, so it's great, you got it right. So see, in the right side, you can see immediately what's happening. Also, you have this tick mark here, tick mark here. So this is how you create all this. See, I just add this in the description as session. So you can actually dynamically put a description, like we are talking about this topic is related to session, which is running by Azure group. All those can content, you can give a nice explanation description on it, and whoever asking any kind of questions related to that, automatically it will pick and come here. No need to be exactly one to one. Okay, that's a advantage, or maybe that's the greatness of this AI model. So you can do that way. This is how topic created. Okay, again, this is not really, I want you guys to learn, and this is also way, this all actually you can learn very quickly, even 1 or 2 weeks, not even in your spare time. You can use your spare time to learn this. It's very quick learning. So see, everybody has when I say that everything is very quick and not don't take much time, you see that how much competition, right? So how many people can learn these things, and then how do you get a value out of them, right? So if I say that this is very quick learning, right? 1 week or 1 day, every day if you take 1 hour, you can learn these things. So everybody can do that way. So in market, if I'm looking for a person who can create a Copilot, I will be seeing thousands of members, right? Because that easy to learn. So that is not, I want to give you a value on top of that, because these all are generic learning. If using Copilot Studio, these all features you could able to do it very quickly without if much knowledge. So now what I want to you really concentrate on one level upper, because you are also students, you are all actually wanted to learn something which others cannot do very quickly, right? That is, then you create a value for you. So that is where we am going. One of the feature which is in preview. Okay, this feature is basically helping us to define more business oriented communications. Say an example, you are running a business and you have multiple products. Let's assume that you are running, okay, our education itself. Okay, so you have you might have a building system, you might have a website for your informations, personal information and everything. You might have something, I don't know whether you have something like especially to manage your curriculum and all. This is another websites are there. So since you're a college student, that you have a UI, right? UI to showcase all this information. So if your college website, if your billing systems or administration, any kind of other small application or big application, all application has an UI now, right? All application is UI. Uh, and you have a backend to support that UI, and UI is communicating to the backend and transferring information. There's a lot of transaction happening, right? That's how all these software products works. So the UI portion, like the UI which is created in HTML, in simple language in HTML. Ultimately, everything is HTML, right? Or maybe created with any of the framework. Like nowadays, everybody is creating React, Angular, or Java, Java as a backend, .NET as a backend, otherwise MVC, any kind of things. So you have that structure ready. Then how do we utilize this mechanism into Copilot as a vendor? So if you look at that, earlier I need a UI where I can actually communicate, and the UI is communicating back behind the scene, back to the backend interfaces, and it go to database or somewhere else, and it all integration, everything will happen behind the scene. So its communication happen through APIs, right? Back end and front end communication is happening by API. Now what we can do is this front end, probably we can avoid that integration APIs alone. For example, you want to do a billing, or you want to do a payment, or you want to understand my status of my, maybe my fee status, or my or the current I don't know. I cannot remember all the use cases in college specifically. Okay, but you guys can think more better than me. So assume that all those things, if you expose as an API, no need an UI. Okay, there is no UI, only API. If you expose that as an API, all this API you can connect here. So here you have an advantage. You can connect any API to it. If you connect an API directly, uh, this functionality, this action functionality, along with one more feature coming under generative AI, dynamic chaining, generative actions. So what it will do is basically it's going to help you. It will as okay, so as a bot, somebody's asking me question. I will look at my all repository. I will look at, okay, as earlier I said, we connected to website, look at the all website. There is no matching information over there. I'll look at the documents. There is no matching here. Then I look at the topics. Anything matching is not there. Then what it will do? It will do a connected to a generative action. Generative action is nothing. This one. It will actually look at that specific APIs. You can add any number of APIs here. So for that, if once you ask API, just to connect API, from there onwards, your bot is ready to pick that and communicate it. So Shivam, I might take 5 more minutes. Is it okay? Probably I took a little bit more into detail. So is it okay if I took 5-10 minutes more than the planned session for 30?
Hello.
Yeah. Shivam, if I
Yeah.
took 5 or 10 minutes more, because I have something, I am in between something. I
Yeah.
just want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. 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 No issue. You can continue. Okay.
All right. So, okay. Thank you. Right. So, so this is what we were talking about. We were able to connect to any APIs. So look at that for just for our demos. I created connected some of the API which is available. Some of them are public. You can here. This is the place which I told and story about my grads, right? They created some APIs which is hosted in Azure function, and I have directly connected to here. So it is not, now it is not connected for this demo, but yes, in originally my organization's individual bot, I connected all those so that it can answer specifically boundary to my organization or my organization's need, right? But for our demo, I connected some of the general APIs which is available. So Amazon Weather and all is very common available. If you wanted to do a trial to verify how it works and all, you can do this. And I created one more API which is very commonly available. So if you search in, give me some APIs. This is one of the APIs which is give random some jokes. So if you every time you call it, it will give a random joke. So I use that API too. So all these are connected now. Now, um, now, Haish, tell me the. I'm just asking some general question. There is no topic defined for weather and all. I'm just asking whether in Gwalior. What is? I believe spelling is correct. So, so okay, you are in developer mode, that's why you are saying this something is happening right sir, but ultimately you have to concentrate on this window, chat window. uh, but so look at what's message is asking. So, okay, in Gwalior weather is 102. Okay, what's about what I'm connecting from Bangalore now. Let me see what's in Bangalore. So what is it doing is basically there is an API which is available to give us the weather. It is not part of Copilot, is nothing connected to that. It's independent API. You can create your own APIs, which is specific for your need, and just connect it here and start understanding that. So, Gwalior is hotter than India, Bangalore. Hmm. Right? Okay, we are catching up. We need 7 more degrees. Right. Okay. So this is nothing. It's a real-time API which is available. If you can search for give me API for weather and all, it's very in Google you will get such API. Okay. Now let me ask second API call. So I'm getting bored. So tell me a joke. I don't know. Okay, so I am asking it to give me a joke. So again, then it will look at all its topics everywhere. Ultimately, it didn't find out and it will go to the API, which I connected for joke. So I dropped a peer in my car this morning. Wonderful. I don't know whether it's really a joke or not, but yeah, asking for a joke, but it is giving another. Hmm. Right. So this is how it works. This is okay. This is simply a demo purpose. Then you can actually connect anything. So you see how you can do this kind of activity when you create actions. You can create action directly connecting to a custom connector. Basically, there is a way to that is a little bit more technical, and I need to talk to a little bit more Power Automate. But you can search for how do we create custom connector in Power Automate. So if that is what I did here, we created a custom connector and we created a Power Automate to support these joke things and all. So let me go to this. So it's very simple. It's called Power Automate. Okay, it's one of the component in Power Platform. So when virtual agent calls it, we created a simple. This is again no code, low code. I'm doing an HTTP call to this API. That means the API which I mentioned here. This is a free and online API. Calling that API and passing some information. Okay, give me a new joke. Whatever coming back, I'm returning back to my here, returning back to my virtual agent. This is already created as a connector, custom connector in this Power Automate. That custom connector is available here for me to get connected to it. That's how it works. Basically, um, you can create an API. API directly don't connect it to your Copilot. The reason is um, you need to go through authentication, right? It should not make that much free flow everything. That's the reason. Everything, its Copilot is connected to its own uh, in its own domain, or its own, we can say it's its own boundary. So what is the boundaries? There's an environment, this environment. So in this environment you can create uh, Power Automate, you can create another custom connectors. So this custom connector, when we create it, you can connect to a custom connector, internally connect to any other APIs or anything. So if you make an API for your software, that's a create an environment, create a trial instance. If you want to just check it, create a trial instance in Power Automate, create a custom connector. So topic is how to create a custom connector. You connect your API, that custom connector will be available here for you to access it, connect it, then start talking to it. So it requires some work. That's how the differentiator, right? If every it can be done in 5-10 minutes, it's easy. So it required a little bit more work, but if you do that way, it is actually able to, you can define the boundary of your work. Similarly, if you want to send an email, you can actually, create, these all are available by default. You can use that is send email connectors available, and this is the connector for forecasting. So I added this connector. So likewise, you can create any number of connect API, custom connector, and connect to it. So more you connect it, you can actually start talking to it. It's not only here. So this is easy way of doing it. You create a connector directly, plug in into here, it and start chatting about that. And system automatically understands. If you look at here, if I select Amazon weather, so it's actually identify what is input required for this custom connector as an API. So it will look at that in input. What is input here? Location and unit, whether degree or Fahrenheit, whatever you wanted, and output is giving the details about the weather. So that is how it's connected. So if you look at here, a lot of topics are, even in topics also you can call this custom connector information and get it. So this is the traditional way. Earlier, every time when we wanted to communicate, we use this topic mechanism to communicate to this API. Now Microsoft introduced this action is a preview, but if you connect it, you can easily communicate to this thing. So uh, so if you tell our story as such a way that if you wanted to utilize any of the Copilot Studio which is available in market, it's very plug and play, start working on it. But if you want to make a Copilot for your boundary of things or your defined things, you can utilize. If you're using Microsoft, you can use Copilot Studio. If Copilot Studio has a lot of default feature, like you can attach a website, you can attach a document, it start learning its own model ways and start talking to you the answer, whatever question you are asking. Then on top of that, specifically for your boundary of area, like the APIs which are related to your softwares, that also you can connect through custom connector. If you want to connect to this, the mechanism is expose your API, create a custom connector to your API, and the custom connector access it in Copilot Studio and connect switch into it. So that's how you can start talking it. Once you have these all things done, now I want to utilize it in somewhere, right? It's not like every time I need to come here and utilize it. So where you have an option here, publish it. So you can publish this changes whatever you did, and after that just click publish, it will publish. After that, what you can do is there's a channel option left side, so you can publish it in different places. You can save it to Teams, you can put it, add it to a demo site, you can make it in add it to web, Facebook, Slack, Twilio, Telegram, Line, GroupMe, email, all the lot of places. Even if you send an email, it will reply back to you. That is how it's, right? Okay, I'm getting bored. Okay, tell me a joke now. Okay, what's the best time? How do I spend time now? That like that and all you ask, you to answer to me. Okay, if you make a bot like that, so that is, or that way also it works. Okay, you can enable it or a different way, even to connect to Facebook also. You can, there will be a Facebook page specifically for that one. Then it's just like in Facebook Messenger how you talk, right? Similar way you can talk to this. So if for a simple example, I just hosted it in Teams. Not sure you guys are using Teams. If you are using Teams, it will be very familiar to you. So this is how it works. You can actually you can ask some questions, same kind of question, whether in UK. So basically, I am asking. I'm supposed to ask in natural language, but to time saving, I'm just putting some keywords only so that it will answer. But ideally, because you don't need to worry about the natural language reading and accepting and all those things, that it will take care properly. It's one way. All right. So I'll just show that publishing once again so that it will be easy for you guys. Just closing it in a loop. So we started from Microsoft. Um, why AI, Gen AI specifically, then Microsoft, how they come to Copilot and what all products they are selling as part of Copilot. Now, if you are running an organization, if you are a developer, or if you are working for an organization, or as if you're a student, if you want to do some kind of creative on basis of their framework, use Copilot Studio. Now Copilot Studio has different features. It can learn from different options uh, by default, and on top of that, you can actually attach to specific needed communication. You need to make APIs and utilize it. Okay, so this is how you publish it. So it's opening now. It's published in Teams. Simply publish it. Once it's published, so you can add it as part of your um, uh, bot. Your team admin has to enable it, then it will be available for everybody. So once available, then it's basically talk about the weather in US. Don't know. Earlier question you didn't ask because I didn't publish it, right? So let's see. Now it's, if it's not answering, it's not my mistake, Microsoft mistake. Okay. No, it will answer very different. It's not like see it's about to expire my trial. It's today is about to expire, and to make sure that everything, and last minute some hurry is there to set up all the demo. uh, if it is not working on my system, definitely it's going to work on your system. Okay, having said that, hopes it is going to tell something to me. Yeah, wonderful. This came back. um, United States expect to be sunny. High temperature 72-degree. Okay, 72 Fahrenheit. Okay, great. So that's it about Copilot. I took a little bit more time. Some areas I didn't cover uh, to detail because the to and fro communication is not there. I'm not sure whether I need to go detail, not detail, or where I need to go. So uh, great, great talking to you guys. Hope you got some information. Usually when we watch. I don't know. This is very common in Netflix and all. When we watch movies, sometimes I feel that okay, after half an hour only I come to know I watched this movie already. Similar feeling. So similar way, when Copilot is one of the very hot topic, probably today or tomorrow or in future, you guys are going to learn this as part of your curriculum or maybe part of your part-time learning and all, or micro learning. So sometimes I hope just like I remember this movie is already watched somewhere. Similarly, you might feel like that, oh, I heard this thing somewhere else. So that's if I'm you guys are able to hear in that or when recollect my session that way, that's a great success for me. Thank you guys, nice talking to you. See you soon. And if you anybody wanted to talk to me more detail about it,
Thank, thank you so much, Sujithkumar sir. Thank you for sharing valuable insights, tools, technologies, whatever you have uh, made to learn the students and young developers. It was all for helping them to upskill themselves. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving. If anyone wants to connect with him, I've shared the LinkedIn account in the chat. You can connect with him, and you can ask doubts. You can connect with him on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session.
Yeah, thank you. One more thing, I was thinking, is there any AI for really set up this kind of sessions? Because I know how difficult to arrange this kind of session. So thank you very much as an organizer. Okay, this is awesome.
Hoping people like you will come up with these technologies.
Sure, great. Nice talking to you guys.
Thank you.